are welcome to my channel once again. This is DD Iganes King. How are you guys doing today? I hope you are doing great. Thank you all for all this coming around. Thank you for the subscription. Thank you so much for everything. You have always tried to support this channel. I say God bless you. Okay, today I want to talk about the foster parents and adoptive parents. The difference between the foster parent and an adoptive parent. Okay, what is foster? When you say this is a foster parent, what does that mean? It means somebody that takes care of a child that is not his or her biological child. Anybody can foster anybody, okay? So a foster parent is somebody who looks after or who takes care of a child that is not of his or her own biologically, okay? So foster parents in the society can also be seen as a parent, but is seen just like you helping an assistance to the parents of the child. In Africa, we have lots of foster parents there whereby people will bring their children from the village. They cannot take care of the children, so they will bring the children from the village to come and stay with auntie or aunt to foster them, to bring them up in the way they like, okay? And by doing that, you will see that at the end of the day, that foster child will grow up to see this person as a God sent. Though we have both evil and good foster parents, but I want to talk on the good parts of it now. The good foster parent. The good foster parent will bring up that child or the children alongside with their own. If the foster parents have children, they will bring the children same manner with the way they are bringing up their own children, okay? But when we talk about the adoptive parents now, adoptive parents are the parents who goes out there to where orphans are, to people who have the who have the right to give out children for adoption, okay? So those are the ones we call the adoptive parents, and this is done legally. You cannot just go and adopt a child. You have to come with a good lawyer, a good qualified lawyer will be there, because it involves documents. It's different from foster, okay? It involves document, because where that child is going to, he or she might not know where it's going to, okay? So with adoption, it's a full legal custody and rights that are granted to the adoptive parents, okay? By doing that, you have the rights now. That child or those children are seen as your own. They will bear your name. People in the society will see them as your own children. And when they are being caused peradventure, you can sue whoever that caused that child a bad name, that maybe these are not your parents. You can sue that person because you have the legal right and custody of those children or that child. So once a child has entered the adoptive care system, automatically that child now, which you have now gone to adopt, is seen as your own child in the society, okay? No matter what, whether it's being a boy, being a girl, being an adult, because people can say adopt teenagers. People should see those children, that child as your own, because you have done it legally. That's what I am talking about. It's different from foster, okay? So the biological parents does not get to select where and whom or with who that child will go and live with. The biological parents now of this adopted child or of these adopted children. They don't have the right to select that I want my child to go to Mr. Glabaja because he's very wealthy. I want my child to go to this person's place because he wants to relocate. No, you don't have the right to choose where people who have the right to give out adopted children. They are the ones that have the right to give out the adopted children. So they are the ones that will do the documentation. They will know whoever that is the parent that are coming to adopt this child. Now they will know what the person does for a living, where the person live, and other requirements as well. They get a good lawyer because this have to be documented. Not that tomorrow now you will now say you want to come and take that child that you've already put for adoption. Okay, so it will be properly documented. So a biological parent does not have the right to choose where or whom a child will live with or where the child will go to with adoption. So on the other hand, placement is typically involved with the biological parents in some way. Okay, placement is involved with the biological parents in some ways. I said it before. Okay, it depends on how they want it to be. If they want the child, the parents of the child cannot afford to take care of the child and is putting that child up for adoption. Okay, not that the person will choose I want this family to no, because definitely if the people who gives out children for adoption have the details of the biological parents, they can get them involved. Some people even know where the adoptive parent live, but now after the legal documentation, the signing and all that, that child automatically belongs to the adoptive parents. Okay, so that is that for adoptive parents, because adoptive parents have this full custody and rights to that child or to the children who are already adopted. Not be say tomorrow now you will come say you wan take your pikin back. They don put am for biro and paper. It's in ink, black and white. That is why it's done legally. Okay, so that is why people don't joke when people go and do illegal adoption, buying children, selling children without the appropriate bodies to get involved. The government don't joke with it. They will arrest anybody that does such a thing. So once a child has entered the foster care system, the biological parent does not get to select. So that is how it is when it comes to the difference between the foster parent and an adoptive parent. But the foster parent, the biological parent can select whom they want their child to follow or whom they want their child to live with, that is coming to take them as a foster parent. So you can choose. If somebody comes and say I want to foster your child, I want to take the child to the city, you can say no, you don't want to accept that person. Okay, so that is the difference between the foster and the adoptive. The adoptive parents, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. It is the relevant bodies that are allowed to do that. So that is the difference, guys. So people should take note. Anything we are doing, do it well. Do your findings before you get involved into anything you want to do. To adopt is not as easy as people think, because that child will bear your name. You want to take the full custody and the responsibility to bring up that child as your own child, like your own blood. You know the way people give birth to children. So that is how that child will be seen in the society, even though that child is not your biological child. But when everything is properly done, That child will be seen as your own blood. Nobody have the right to bully that child and curse that child or call the child any name that suits him or her. No, you have the right to to arrest that person. You have the right as well to take that person to court, because adoption is legal. It's legal. That child answer your name. That child bears your name. You are seeing that child as your own child. Things you know you can do for that child, you do it because the child now is your own. There are a lot of well-meaningful adopted children today in the society that have made names for themselves because their adoptive parents are the good kind of parents. They brought them up well in the society. There are a lot of them. Joke Silva is one. Joke Silva is one big Nollywood Nigeria actress. Okay? She was adopted. But look at her today. And she is married with her husband and grown-up children. So it is not a crime or a taboo to adopt. Even people that have children of their own, they can decide to adopt. Okay? It's not only people that are not mothers, people that are seen as barren in the society. No, anybody can adopt. As far you are above 21 years of age, you are an adult and you can take care of that child, you are financially strong, you can adopt. Okay? So there are different reasons people adopt children: to remove pains, to ease pains from the biological parents. Some people will give birth to children, they cannot take care of the children, they will take the children to orphanage home. Most of the times it's not really the thing they planned for. It's not how they planned it, but circumstance beyond their control made them to take their children that way. Some will put up their children for adoption. There are different reasons people put children for adoption. Okay? So it is not a crime, it is not a bad thing to adopt children or a child you know you can take good care of, because there are a lot of documentation. As I said, there are a lot of sign. I go do this one, no go do this one, that you will put down on the paper, okay, with the relevant bodies before that child will be given out to you. So people can't just adopt like that. It's not something that you can just go and do and put the child. It takes time, it takes process. Okay, but there are lots of people that adopt. I think another one is Patience Uzoko in Nigeria. She have her own biological children, but I heard she adopted some children as well to help the parents. So it's not a bad thing. People should remove this notion that when you see an adopted child, you're not seeing that child as a family member, as a bloodline. It's wrong. It is very, very wrong. There are big Nigerians today who have so many adopted children that are not their biological children, but they are seen as their biological children. They are seen as their biological children. So people should try as much as possible to adopt the system. Thank God that slave trade is gone. Slave trade is gone, because then people were taking people by force. But now, with legal documentation, you can have a child of your own. You can have children that you know you can take care of by adoption. So it's totally different from foster. Foster parents are parents that look after a child for the biological parents. Okay, you can foster a child and tomorrow the biological parent can decide to come and take back that child from you. When that child is of age, can come and take back the child from you. So there are two different ways. Adoption is different from foster parenting. Okay, so people should have that in mind. We do more of foster parenting in Nigeria because it's not easy to adopt. Okay, but Nigerians, we still have good Nigerians that adopt. We still have good Nigerians that adopt. carry people's children and take good care of them. Thank you guys. Goodbye.